toss those beans around in the pan while they're cooking. And the cranberry sauce is about to go in the refrigerator. So yeah, we're making progress. For my stuffing, I'm going to probably, I don't know, probably that much. That's like a stalk and a half, I'm thinking, without the tops. But I don't mind the tops in the stuffing because I like the extra greenery. That's what this is going to be for. This is going to be for the stuffing. All right, clean that up. Okay. All right, it's time to do another counter cleanup, isn't it? Okay. I'll wipe all this water and veggies away. All right, so I used this side so you can see mushrooms. So I'm gonna use this side. This side is nice and clean except for the little mushroom bit. So I'm gonna chop this up for the stuffing. I'm just going to put it in a dish and save it until I cook the biscuits and cornbread. Let's just get this chopped up just because it gives me something to do to get something done instead of just sitting around waiting and then doing everything when the stuffing time comes. I can just dump it in and go. So that's going to be perfect. And remember, don't stir your stuffing. Don't over stir your stuffing. That's important. That's important. So I'm making two stuffings. I'm going to make one stuffing with the drippings from the turkey. Then I'm going to make another one without. Because not everybody eats turkey, and that's okay. We're just going to accommodate. I'm learning new things this year on how to cook without meat. You don't realize how dependent you are on things like that. But anyway, so I'm going to make a little turkey stuffing. I mean, a little stuffing on the side. Okay, alrighty. Almost done. And I don't know how it's going to turn out, but it'll probably be pretty good. We always have butter, right? For now. For now, we have butter. I'm not making these super thin, and I'm not making them super thick. Let's see. I have two things going. So I have one that's a little thicker, one that's a little thinner, and I'm not going to worry about chopping this to match this. And you know what? Sometimes you might get a little bit of a crunchy piece of celery in your stuffing, and I'm okay with that because it won't be raw. It'll still be cooked because once I mix the stuffing, I still cook it, so it's going to be. Which reminds me, I need to take the eggs out of the refrigerator. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so we'll let these. Aren't these beautiful? These are happy eggs. It says so. It says happy. I accidentally broke a lot of these at Publix the other day. They were stacked up, and then there was another stack, and these are just really flimsy. And I hit this one, and it rolled down, and then it opened, and all the eggs went out, and on my pants, and my shoes, and the floor. And then I was afraid someone would slip on it. So then I went and found a poster that was standing up, and I put it in front of the eggs. And anyway, then I went and found someone who worked at Publix to, clean that mess up before anyone got hurt. So anyway, I don't break eggs that often at the grocery store, but I've been on a roll. Anyway, so we'll get these all chopped, and then I'm going to, I have a recipe. I have my mother's recipe for stuffing as dictated to my little sister. She wrote it down, God bless her, and now we have it in writing. But the first thing she said was, every time, how do you make stuffing? All you gotta do is put in this and that and da-da-da, and it's the same. It's not the same, Mama, it's not the same. Because if I can't make biscuits like you, and I can't make cornbread like you, I can't make stuffing like you. So we all try every year. And we all pretend we can do it. Nobody can do it. I don't know. She was amazing. She was an amazing little woman. And even, you know, her iced tea was always better. Her biscuits are always better. Her beans were always better. And her stuffing, fathoms better. She just knew that flavor she was going for, and she knew when it happened. We're shooting in the dark. I couldn't say that. Is that a thing, shooting in the dark? But anyway, you probably don't hit your target. Sometimes we get close. Last year I got close. I was pretty excited. But anyway, it is what it is. You know, there's got to be something super special about every person on the planet. And when they're gone, it's gone. That thing that only that person had is gone. So I really appreciate and love that she was able to accomplish so much with nothing. So, well, not nothing. I have the same ingredients that she does, and I can't do it. But you know, she was just special that way. So when we lose somebody, it's a big deal, because only they could do what they did, and only they had the personality. So that's a wonderful thing. So to my brothers and my mother and my father and grandparents and son, and you know, to everyone who's passed from this earth, we'll always miss them. Always. And we all have somebody like that in our family. So that's why we have Thanksgiving, right? I mean, that's not the reason, but we're thankful to God for everybody that we still have, and for those that we don't have, that we got to have them. So let me put this in a bowl. Okay. I think sometimes when I make these videos that I should have the stuffing video, the green bean video, the turkey video, you know, all these things. But the problem is you're doing it all at once. So you're going back and forth, which means I would have to be turning the camera on and off, and I don't want to do that. All right, 3 onions. We're gonna chop those up and check on our beans. Oh, those are bright green and beautiful. So the beans are, for what we're doing, they're perfect. They're just a little bit underdone. So that's gonna be perfect. They'll finish up cooking in the casserole. So we're going to put them into our big pot there and mix it all together. Then we're gonna put it into our baking dish. All right, so here's our soup. That's too much going on, don't we? All right. Everything's leaving a trail of water. Huh. It's like a nursery rhyme. I have a trail of something. I don't remember what it was. Somebody did something leaving a trail. Mary had a little, I don't know. Somebody left a trail behind them. So if you know who it is, let me know. All right, here are the green beans. Look, don't they look great? So they're just kind of a little more than blanched. I'm gonna put them in our pot here. Nice and hot. I like to mix things together. I mean, if it's a hot dish, hot when it's hot. That way, like all the flavors seem to melt. Oh, that smells so good. It smells wonderful. All right, looks good too. I'll show you in a second. Make sure that it gets mixed. Oh boy. Oh boy. And now we're going to just put the onions on top. That looks great. I am going to taste this for salt because I'm not putting any of the crumbly carrots, these, you know, carrots, onions. I'm not going to put any of these in the mix. So I'm going to taste it for salt. Just for the top. Okay. I want everything. I want some mushroom and some green bean and some onion. Okay. Oh, look at that cool. Oh, that is hot. I don't want to blow on that food. Okay, I've got doggy eyes staring at me. A little bit of salt and pepper. You know, I think I'm gonna put some garlic in there too. A little salt, a lot of salt, a lot of pepper. Oh no, not pepper. I like pepper. Garlic. If I had thought about it sooner, before I had this mixed up, I think I would have just crushed some garlic. Have crushed garlic. Someone's calling me. From Helen, Oregon. Usually that means I need DirecTV when someone like that calls. Okay, let's mixy. You know what's funny is when I'm cooking, I'm so focused, and I'm usually talking to myself. So this makes me look a little less crazy because now I'm talking to you. So it gives me, but these, you know what? These are all things that I want to tell my kids and my so-ons and so forths. So now I can, you know what? I'm wondering if this pan, I think this pan's gonna be too big because I don't want it thin. I'm going back to the other pan. Didn't we go through this on Rosh Hashanah dinner? Big pan. You know what? And if it doesn't work, you know what I'll do? I'll just switch it. I'll just switch it back. No big deal. It's not that hard to wash a pan that you haven't baked anything in. But yeah, I think this is gonna be right. You know, it seems like this is the size pan I used before. The aroma is incredible. I just hope you guys are having this. The babies. The babies woke up. It smells so good. I'm not going to give it another taste test because I know what salt it had. So I know it has salt, more salt now. So if anybody needs more salt than that, they can add it at the table. And if they like less salt, then they don't have to, but it has enough salt to make the flavor good. I know some people don't use salt, but I do. if you don't, leave it out. You know, they say, everybody tells me you get used to not having the salt and you taste the flavor of the food. I don't doubt that, but it just enhances, you know, I just like it. All right, I may one day eat less salt. I don't know. Depends on the health studies that you read. All right, got that. This pan is still hot, not burning hot, so I can touch it. All right, before I pop this into the oven, I am going to clean these edges so that there's, because I will be serving from this dish, so I just want it to, you know, look not too crusted and baked on, because I like my baking dishes to not have anything cooked on. Okay, all right, looks pretty good. So we're gonna put our topping on. I almost forgot our topping. So we gotta put our topping on, and you can put some cheese on this if you want. I might put some Parmesan cheese right under this. I think I'll do that. Who knows? Might be good. Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm not Italian, but you couldn't tell, could you? All right. Put a little cheese on here. Come here, Bob. Want a yummy? Bob wants a yummy? They know what yummy means. There he is. And ta-da, Bob appears. You know, it was really great when Ezra was in the hospital. They brought a little doggy in to visit him. So that was really sweet. He got to have a little visit from a doggy. It was really sweet. She had on a turkey feathers and a tutu. Anyway, she's a sweet dog. She was a great dog. Probably not like Bob. He's a great dog too, but you know, he hasn't been trained for things like that. All right. Here we go. So I think this is going to be pretty good. Let's just use the whole thing. I think it'll be good. And I'm hoping, like, you know, the stuff will bubble up on the edges because there's still a lot of water in those green beans that's going to cook out. And done. So we have the turkey in the oven. We have our cake finished. We have our cranberries finished. And parts of our stuffing finished. And then when the turkey's out, we'll throw this in, let this bake, and bake up our bread. And we're almost finished. Great day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see you back in a little while. So this is the setup to do the stuffing. I had to have a taste test here. Yeah, it was good. And that's what we've got going on. So we have our seasonings. Let me grab the salt. I want everything all together when we get started. Oh, let me put the top on the salt shaker. That could be a problem. All right. Put that back on. All right, so biscuits are really hot. Cornbread's really hot. I have the broth, very hot. Got my eggs, check, 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 check. Oh, spoon, where's my, there it is. Gotta have a big spoon, so big spoon. All right, let me set the camera up and we'll get started. So I don't know about you, oops, let me fix that. If you are like me, your kitchen is becoming a disaster area. But sorry, my head is, trust me, I didn't grow. Okay, let's get this set up. right, the most important thing at this point is to be calm and relaxed. Ah! So, all right, so here's I have instructions. My instructions say that a pan of cornbread in a large iron skillet, got that. Equal amounts of biscuits, got that. A few on the side for emergencies and snacking. A dozen eggs, got that. Sage, poultry seasoning. So I'm gonna tear up this bread. I have a large onion and a small onion about. So I don't know if I'll use all that or not. Just depends on how much I have here. Let's see, my celery. Oh, I don't have green onions, so I might use all those onions. I don't have green onions. But I have the chopped celery. I'm supposed to have a green bell pepper. I have a nice bright orange bell pepper and boiling broth, have that. Okay, let's get started. Okay, all right, so got to break up our bread. Okay. Oh man, that hurts my feelings to break up perfectly good biscuits. I don't know about you, but okay, we'll put that. You don't break them up too much because when you're mixing and everything, you get even more breaking. So, all right, so there's about half. All right, let's get our cornbread up and out of this pan and break that in. Oh, it's nice and hot. My hands are feeling that. Okay, all right. There's a method to putting these together. If you don't put it together right, it doesn't work right. Onions. All right, so we're gonna put some onions in. Put some onions in. All right, I need to ladle. Let me get the ladle. Okay, the secret to my mother's cooking was process. It was somewhat ingredients, but it was process. One layer of that, and you had to kind of do the process right. That was the deal. Okay, all right, we got that, we have that, some salt, some pepper. You've got to have pepper in your stuffing. I'm telling you, you've got to. Sage. All right, so she used about 1 part sage to 2 parts poultry seasoning. I'm just kind of eyeballing this. All right, and you do this 1 vegetable at a time. All right, so that was onions. And, okay, so I don't know if you can see. So here we go. We're starting to look like stuffing. And then the point is to get this all in this bowl and keep it hot while you're working. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so more biscuits, more cornbread. Okay, which she learned from her mother, and that's the way they did it. Okay, celery. I'm just gonna go ahead and put some of those in there too. As she learned from her mother, and I didn't learn as well from my mother, obviously, and then my kids learned from me. So anyway, it's like, I like to make green beans. I don't like boiled green beans. So I fry my green beans in I mixed. I didn't do the, I have to do the ladle. I'll try to find it in there. But you know, you have to do this in order. I just said that. Some poultry seasoning. Double the amount of sage. No. Yeah, well, I just got that mixed up. All right, we'll skip sage on the next go around. All right, some pepper, some salt. the idea is you're kind of doing each layer. All right, so let me put some of this on there, and we will mix one more time. Okay. Oh, it smells right. It's smelling good. Little turn here. All right. Well, I'm pretty happy so far. Actually, I kind of like the yellow bell pepper. All right. Some more onion. More onion. And more egg. I need more bread. Okay, I think it is very good if you can do it in order. You can do that. But it's very good if you end up at the end, I have to save Erica a piece of cornbread. If you end up at the end with everything in the bowl, you think you're gonna come out okay. All right, some cornbread. All right, all the goodies on the cornbread. So this is a cornbread stuffing, but it's not just cornbread, it's half biscuit too. And that's what keeps your cornbread stuffing from being mealy and pasty. So, okay, let's get this out of the way. I saved that little piece of cornbread because Erica likes, when she comes over, she likes to put a little cornbread in her buttermilk. Not me, no way, Jose, but she does. I never acquired a taste for that, but you know, some people think that's just wonderful and they just yum, 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 but I don't. I don't like milk though, so that's probably why I don't care for it. All right, so some more celery, just to get this used up. We're skipping the sage this time. Okay. Oh boy, it smells good. All right. More of this. I think this is probably going to be our last round of layering. And what we do with this after we get this mixed up, because you know we've got eggs in there and we need to get the rest of the eggs in here. Let's put it into a baking dish and stick it in the oven. And all these veggies, they cook down and they're not as pronounced. When you're looking at stuffing like this, all you see is veggies. Well, not I do. But they all soften up, you know, like you soften them. They're very good. It's a very, very good traditional cornbread dressing. I think that's what we called it when I was a child. We called it dressing, not stuffing. My sister and I were talking about how different areas and regions have different terminologies and words for things, and I think that's the same with the dressing and stuffing issue. You have some that say one thing and some that say the other. Now I do, even with all of these raw eggs in here, I do taste this before I cook it, because it's got to have a very strong, I'm saying strong flavor of these spices we put in, because it's going to mellow after you cook it, and plenty of salt and pepper, because if you're not tasting those to be very pronounced, then your stuffing is just not gonna taste like anything but maybe bread with onion. You don't want that. But I can't believe I forgot the green onions. Oh well. You know what? That's fine. I can try again, right? Try again next year. So my mother put regular onions and green onions because she liked the way that green onion looked in the stuffing. So anyway, a little of that, a little more poultry. It's really making me want to sneeze. I'm gonna give it some more sage this time. Oh, and one more mixie. So anyway, this is our Thanksgiving And this is our stuffing, and the turkey is finished. I'll show you what that looks like. And what do we have going on? The green bean casserole's in the oven. While you were on break, I did make a pan of cornbread, but I just followed the instructions on the bag. Nothing there. Hot rise, self-rising cornmeal. And then I made some biscuits, and those were, instead of making my mother's, I didn't, because she used Crisco, and her biscuits were phenomenal. But I don't want to use that hydrogenated oil. So I used heavy cream. So 2 ingredients, self-rising flour and heavy cream. And yeah, so that's what I used. And they came out okay. I tried one, I made a little tiny one. Like a sluggish. Okay, and grab a little fork here. Okay, so you have to take a little bite, but you want to get plenty too. Not that one. I'm going to put a little more poultry seasoning. And when I do this, I dust the top, because imagine how many layers down it's got to go. Some more salt and black pepper. All right. Oh, and here comes the sneeze. All right. And then you have to get this all mixed up. And that's why I say, you don't have to worry about making small chunks of your bread, because it does get broken up. Okay. So I think I will let it share an oven with that green bean casserole. Share an oven with the green bean casserole, and then this will be cooked. I'm gonna probably say 35 or 45 minutes, but you can check it. Now, it will rise. So you're going to see, you'll see that it'll rise, and yeah, it'll be magnificent. One more try here. Oh, too much onion on that piece. Better. All right, so let me show you. I'm not gonna stuff the turkey, because remember we cooked it in that roaster, and you know, it does kind of fall apart a little. The dish I was going to use earlier for the green beans, which is too big, I think will be great for this. All right, here goes. I wish I could turn it around and show you. I'm not strong enough to hold it backwards. You can see why I use such a big bowl for this. All right, so what I'm not gonna do, as per my mother's instruction, I am not going to smush it down. I'm gonna move it around in the pan a little so that it's reaching the sides and it's kind of even on top, but I'm not gonna smush it down, because the more air you have and more space you have in there, the better the stuffing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it just like that, because we don't want a thick, pasty stuffing. We want the bread to rise again, and we want to give it room to open up and fill the space. So let me give you a look. So Maxine cornbread stuffing. That was my mom. So anyway, we're gonna stick this in and get it started. I'm gonna have to move some things around, but then the last thing will be the gravy. So I'm gonna make some gravy, and we will take pictures at the end. So I just want to wish you all very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for sharing your time with me, even though it's probably not going to be on Thanksgiving. I hope you'll try some of these recipes. It's just so simple. It's just labor intensive, but it's worth it because, you know, it's for our family and we love them. So anyway, have a great rest of your Thanksgiving, the rest of your weekend, and the rest of your year. Look forward to another year coming up. And like, subscribe, share, whatever, and help us grow our channel. But thank you from Erica and her mom. Pika loves you.
You don't have